Got an AC that keeps throwing the breaker, even though it's got a new compressor and a new fan motor. New capacitors, new contactor, everything's new. And having learned the hard way, thought I'd share with you what I've learned before. And learned the hard way because, to tell you the story, is I had a unit that I replaced the compressor on. The compressor was bad, definitely bad. And replaced the compressor. Well, the compressor started overheating, the new one. And no matter what I did, it would keep overheating, and of course the unit would turn off. And long story short, is what it was the condenser coils were dirty, even though they look clean. And now I have the same thing on it has new condenser, new compressor, new capacitors, everything new. I'll show you. And this one is throwing the breaker, and so now I know that even though the coils can look clean, see, I don't know if I'd call that clean, but it doesn't look like super bad. That's what it can be. So I'm going to pull, disconnect. Let's see here. Now before I do that, I'll try to push in the disconnect.
The contactor.
See? Nothing. Okay. And now pull the disconnect, and we'll check these fuses, and I bet you they're bad. There's the nice new compressor. It's not hot. Probably it overheated and through the heel, and then through the fuses, and then eventually cooled down once the fuses were formed.
Also, the last time that I had a heavy rain, this unit also threw the fuses.
Okay, verify the meter's good. Bad? Bad. Both bad. So, now, before I get all excited about that, we'll do a test to ground here on a few of the wires. Just to make sure there's no obvious ground. So, going from bottom wire to the frame, nothing. Bottom wire to the frame, nothing. So we've got no ground. Definitely nothing grounded out. So, just having known the unit and known what's going on, that's exactly what we have is a dirty coil, which will cause the unit to overheat. So I'm going to clean the coil. All I need is water, really. That's really all you want to use. If you have to use something, the Enviro coil cleaner works good, but for a lot of units, they'll tell you, manufacturers will tell you water only, as other things can, if left on there, can be corrosive or can be corrosive. So most of the time, the best thing to do is water only, and if you can take the lid off, that's even better. But these particular units, the access is right here on the fins, so you can just rinse it from the outside. And it's up to you. If you want to take the lid off, you can take the lid off and do an even better job. One important thing is to rinse the pan after you rinse everything off, so you don't leave all the dirt there to just be re-pulled up into the unit. So I got my special hookup for the water hose now, and that's going to make life a lot easier here. I've got some new fuses for this deal, which I showed you the good fuses. I knew this was what was going on. So I'll pop out the old fuses. So 2 years ago, checked all my capacitors, replaced them, and the next year I had to replace 0 compressors and 0 condensers. Well, this year I wound up needing to replace 4 of them last year.
4 compressors.
And I think the whole thing I could have prevented if I had cleaned those condenser coils that year as preventative maintenance. So next year, that's something I'll definitely be doing. And little by little, I might just do this building today. But this is not the AC season. It'd be nice to get ahead of it. And there we go. New and new. This will look good. Okay. I won't plug it in until after I clean that coil. And plug it in, verify everything's good. But I know that's what's going on because experience. And I tested this unit last time, everything, all the capacitors and everything. It wouldn't hurt to check them again after I'm done here. Clean this coil first. Be all set. I'll get that set up and get it going. Okay. Now we can turn it for the spray. Really nice. You want to clean this coil. You can see it going right through. That's great. Yep, I like that. You see all that dirty water. Once you're finished, you want to make sure to rinse off the tray. That's about it. For these particular units especially, I don't really need to take the lid off. For Goodman units like that one over there, you got to be a little bit more careful to get into the fins. And again, you can take the lid off if you are so inclined. But if you kind of just do a careful job with it, don't necessarily need to, but it's an option. When you got a lot of units to do, this is at least good for, each season. Keep things running good. Nice, beautiful Palm Springs day. Okay, as I was finishing things up, I happened to notice this. Look at that. Couple little gnarly deals. So I brought some electrical tape and just gonna wrap it around and separate each deal to make sure that we don't get any. I haven't plugged it in yet, so I'm glad to find it. This will work to put a separation between each deal right there, and that'll be that. I still think it was the coil, but this will help make sure.
Okay, I just sped up the film here a bit to get to the point. As you can see, I'm just separating the wires and then wrapping the electrical tape around each part of the wires to make sure that they won't touch. And it's just, building up the insulation in that spot to make this all work out.
There's nothing to touch there. So now we can put this how it should have been. Make sure that's nice and tight. There we go. All right. Now Gonna check the capacitors, make sure everything else is good, and then we'll turn it on and see how it goes. Okay, got the disconnect pulled. We'll go ahead and discharge the capacitor. We'll disconnect the start wires, one for the hard start kit, one for the compressor, and then one lead for the fan. Wow. Maybe. There we go. Check the wheels. Look at the wiring inside. We wrapped that wiring right there. Looks okay inside, so that's good. Do a capacitance test. Put this over to that signal right there. Check our fan, should be 5. 4.95 is good. This one's at 35. 34.61. 34.61. So it's 5 plus or minus 5%. So 1.75 would be good. It's good. Good, good, good. I figured it was good, but no harm in checking. And check the hard start kit as well. Put the hard start kit right here. Yeah. Leave this disconnected. Redisconnect the start wire. Capacitance test. And one lead for the hard start kit. And one lead for the clock. 49.3 is good. Okay. Everything's good. Going up. There we go. And now we can fire it up. Everything tests good electrically. Good. Very, very good. Okay. Plug in the disconnect. And we're going to step out of the puddle of water before turning this thing on. So here's the disconnect.
On this particular disconnect, the longer post legs go on the left side. For some reason I was getting all turned around.
Wow. How was that? There we go. So the two longer pegs go on the left side. Rehook that up. And get out of the water and we'll fire it up. Uh-oh. Oh shit. Just realized I hadn't connected that deal. Looks like we have no power, so maybe the breaker. Maybe put the breaker inside as well. So let me disconnect it before. I'll re-discharge real quick and okay. There we go. Okay, plug it back in. And check the voltage on the bottom, as well as on. Here goes. No voltage. I believe we've got. Breaker inside. Okay. All right, it's all back on, and really good airflow. I wish I had showed you like kind of before and after the airflow difference. Nice and chilly, nice and cool. Things working good. Yay. Alright, put it back together and that's that. Stay with it like 10 minutes, make sure everything's good. But sure it's good.